Well, that's interesting stuff, and I'm glad that there are people who are watching this will benefit from this information. No? Today, Ming, what today to you is good talent? What defines great talent, let's say?
I look at 5 areas. I mean, on a very senior level first. I just simply have to re-echo this wonderful character that is established by the current CEO of GE, Jeff Immelt. The ability to be aware, so talking about humility, so someone who can see and recognize changes are happening. So the sense of awareness is very important. A lot of people at the very senior level are clouded. They saw winnings, they saw great achievements, so they can kind of sometimes sideswipe, blindsided with a lot of changes that are moving too fast for them to apprehend and comprehend. So that's one.
So a wholeness of understanding of
Yeah.
not just what their specific business is or their specific industry is, but a little bigger wholeness of...
Yeah, the awareness is also the ability to hear things out, to recognize, what are the, dynamics of the business that is changing.
Yeah.
So this is a very deep
it's almost Dalai Lama kind of a thing.
Yes. But that's what you need in a leader right now. I mean,
well, that's number one for you.
Yes.
That's number one for you. Okay.
Second is courage.
Guts.
You have to be guts. I mean, guts to admit you make a mistake. Okay, you got to rectify it. God got to say that I'm the one at fault.
Yeah.
And guts to usher and mobilize the whole organization to move and to adapt, to change. And then third, of course, it have to be...
Guts would probably be tied in with action. Like,
Yes.
Like get up and go.
Yes.
Like stand for it. Okay, yeah.
The courage is not just simply a notion. It should be courage with conviction for action.
Okay. 2.
Yeah. 3 is technology savvy. have to know what.
No more black dial-up phones,
Yeah, no. Have to know big data. Have to know.
It's a tough thing, Ming. I must tell you. I mean, awareness and human awareness and getting savvy on technology is a challenge at the same time. It is a struggle. I must tell you. Okay. 3. Okay, so you must be tech savvy. You must know like how to use the power of technology.
Or at least the understanding of it.
Yeah. Not hands-on, but at least to know what it can do.
And then the 4th will be very multicultural sensitive.
I think that will be part of the first one.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's more specific because the dominance of the U.S. and the Europe executive. So
the fact that every culture is now flattening out, and we need to deal with all cultures in real time today, because it
got to be very sensitive. And as I was having a chance to read a bit of news this morning, McKinsey Institute said that the market of the emerging economy is so big, it's like $30 trillion. So for an U.S. executive, he got to be very culturally sensitive to this market.
What do you mean U.S. executive?
Meaning most of the big conglomerates, most of the global organizations are still U.S. and Europe
that's
dominant.
what you mean, yes. So you're saying if they're coming from a Western perspective, they need to become culturally aware of the Asian or the relationship-based perspective.
And also among Asian, the tendency is, the Asian also operate very much in the silo, in the country-specific culture and environment.
High context.
Yeah, the requirement of them to be very high context is very
So
big.
culturally sensitive, totally aware, tech-savvy, gutsy, and what was the 4th, 5th one you said?
The 5th one is simply balance.
Oh, of all those 4 things.
I mean, he got to live his life. He got to have he got to achieve what I call unity of life.
Ming, now our topic is talent management excellence. We really spoke about talent selection currently as of now, no? And also what makes good talent, no? What are your recommendations for Filipino companies? Because Filipino companies are family-based, high context, high power, relationship corporations, no? What are your recommendations, quick recommendations for managing talent? That means nurturing and making them grow. Here, in our country, let's just bring it down to home today.
Obviously, the first thing that they need to do is to align the strategic direction that they have with the corporate resources that they have. So are they going to bring in external human resources from key executive to HR? And if they felt that there's a need to be more competitive in a global scale and a change in their management style and culture, and therefore the first thing that they need to do is to take a step back and come up with a plan, and then more important, hire a good HR.
All right, you.
Hire a good
ViVentis,
HR.
all right.
Yeah, hire a good successor if you intend to professionalize the organization.
Right.
And
So
then the family to step back as part of the board.
Yeah, so give up some of the old habits and adapt into a changing, a more dynamic global culture. That's what we need to do. Great. Ming, let's talk about that. Talk about the fact that you also own another company called Jump Digital, and together both of you are running this. So your chance to talk about this. Can you zoom in on this, please? Yeah.
Well, let me do a bit of small promotion here.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Zoom in. Yeah, zoom in there. Yeah.
ViVentis and Workstream will be launching.
Workstream?
Yeah, Workstream.
That's your third company. That's your
yes,
third
that's right.
partnership. Yeah.
Workstream conferences will be organizing a kick-off training called Leadership Empowerment, Leadership Enhancement for business owner, senior managers, and partners.
Zoom in, pa.
With two very highly prolific speakers, one Francisco, and the other one, an esteemed colleague of mine, Lin Muki. And this will be held on November 26th in Crown Plaza. You can check our ViVentis website, or you can call our trunk line 637-5636.
Okay, ViVentis, I think that's where you'll find it. No, there's no other URL here. No?
Right.
Workstream Conferences doesn't have a website. So this happens on November 26th at the Crown Plaza, 7:30 to 10 a.m., 11:30 a.m. I'll see you there.
Sure.
And what are your dreams for yourself and for the Philippines now that this is your home?
I would rather dream about the Philippines. I think Philippines can play a remarkable role in the global human capital. And having a wonderful legacy in education, and probably one of the most cosmopolitan country with the blending of Asian, the blending of Europe, the blending of American. If the country leadership are able to put a good strategy around the human resources, I think
natural and human resources.
Natural and human resources. We will be among the top 10 countries globally in the next 10 years.
Good. I'll see you at the top.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Ming Chen.
Thank you.
Salamat for being on Expat Insights, and good luck with Leadership Enhancement on November 26th. And good luck with what you're doing for this country. Salamat and God bless.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much. So thank you for watching Expat Insights. I hope you enjoyed these two conversations with Noel Mendoza and Mr. Ming Chen. And we spoke about application services excellence and, of course, talent management excellence. I'll see you next week. I'm your host, Raju Mandian. Stay watching and have a great weekend. Salamat and mabuhay.